So this is just a fun thing to share. I have been doing EMDR with bilateral, um, like dink, 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 the sounds in my ears for about 2 years. And my therapist also works with people who do ketamine with EMDR. And she does parts work with it. And I am not able to do ketamine because I have this like funny thing in my brain that they don't really know what it is, but if it is what they think it might be, then I could create problems if I were to take ketamine. And so I've never considered it, but I've been doing the parts work with the EMDR for, like I said, like 2 years. And lately, like for the past several months, when I go in, like I had this one big day where basically I had created this property, like it had a house on it and like a backyard, and all my parts were there. And so when I went to connect with them, we went there, and it was all like when I would go there, it was just right here. Like I was standing at the edge of it. And it started changing to where it was tiny in like a small world within like a space universe type of a thing. And I would sort of like zoom in, but there was like this screen that had been pulled in front of it, and all of my parts, they used to like sometimes be there, sometimes not be there, in hallways, in bedrooms, like in basements. Um, but for a while, they were always in the main room, like having like a potluck party type of a thing. And they never had any concerns. And so I would check in with them and I would just like join the party for a while. And then this screen, kind of like a curtain at a theater, got pulled, but it's a little bit different because it kind of stays open a smidge. And I can climb through it, but they don't ever want to take it down. And they're always just having the party. And so now when I go there, I see the entire universe. And there's also been like starting to be more and more trippy things happening, like different lifetimes and books opening and closing and like pictures moving, like what you would think might happen in a psychedelic experience, even though I've never had a psychedelic experience. So I asked her about it because I was like, I don't know if she's cool with this. But then I realized she does ketamine. So maybe she's having people have trippy experiences all the time. So I finally decided to tell her how trippy it had been. And she's like, yeah, it sounds a lot like what people have when they're on ketamine. And then I was like, what do you make of that? And she was like, well, meditation and ketamine, they're like deep meditation. They're both doing the same thing. They're getting you past like all the kind of like illusions, and they're getting you to what is like at the base of all the like trauma, all the like confusion, all the whatever. They're taking all of that away so you can see what's already always been there, which is oneness, which is like unconditional love, which is everything's connected. And she said the kinds of things that I was describing are the exact kind of things that people describe when they're on ketamine. And I was like, wow, oh my gosh. So now she just, now I just tell her every trippy thing I see, and it's getting trippier and trippier, and it's so much fun because I think that's sort of like what is like the transition between this one lifetime and like all this like dramas of I'm a person who has a kid, who has an ex, who has a job, is like becoming like this cute little thing. And they're just like, yeah, sure. We're having a party. Like happy to be at that party, but we're also at all these other parties. Um, so I don't really know how to explain it, but I love it. And I thought it might be interesting for other people to know that that was possible because I didn't realize it. Okay, lots of love.